Darrell Henderson, the Batesville, Mississippi native, is an explosive running back coming out of the University of Memphis. Henderson had a spectacular season in which he finished with 2,328 all-purpose yards and 25 total touchdowns, which both led the nation. Henderson was also named a unanimous All-American selection, which was the first in Memphis football history. Henderson opened some eyes this season and is on a lot of draft boards as one of the top 3 running backs entering the 2019 NFL Draft. Today, we're going to take a look at Henderson and see if he has what it takes to play at the next level. The first thing that stands out about Henderson on film is how fast and explosive he is. Henderson led the nation with 12 plays of 50 or more yards and averaged 8.9 yards per carry, which was the most among FBS players. This isn't surprising at all. In every game I watched, there was at least one explosive play by Henderson where he was just flat out running past guys. He definitely has that home run ability and will be a threat to take one the distance every time he touches the ball. I would expect him to run a high 4.3 at best to a low 4.5 at worst in the 40-yard dash. Either way, Henderson has enough speed to get the job done. If you just look at his listed measurables, Henderson will be considered a small back. He's listed at 5'9" and 200 pounds, which isn't blowing anyone away. The thing about Henderson is that he's pretty jacked. He's very solid and strong, especially in his upper body. His frame is similar to Devontae Freeman from the Atlanta Falcons. He's on the smaller side, but he's very well put together and very compact. Henderson packs a punch when he runs, and his strong frame is on display. Every time he touches the ball, he hits the line of scrimmage as if he were shot out of a cannon. He doesn't waste much time getting going at all. He hits the hole with tremendous speed and acceleration. Arm tackles are ineffective against him because of his speed and strong frame. Henderson runs through half-hearted attempts to tackle him as if he weren't touched at all. He's a guy that must be hit and must be wrapped up, preferably by several players as opposed to one-on-one. He's the definition of a downhill runner that's a load to bring down. Watching film on Henderson, one thing that concerns me is his feet. I think his feet are pretty average. He has great speed, but he's a one-cut only type of guy. When he's forced to make multiple cuts in a short area, his feet slow down a lot and he doesn't have the ability to get back going quickly. Also, his cuts are not as fluid as they could be. I noticed several times Henderson getting to the edge and rounding the corner as opposed to sticking his foot in the ground and getting going upfield quickly. He also has to take multiple steps at times to get going back upfield. His feet are inconsistent in my opinion, and this would be a concern for me if I were looking to draft Henderson. Also, Henderson does not appear to be very elusive. He seems a bit stiff and doesn't have the type of wiggle that I like to see from backs. I envision it being very difficult for him to make guys miss in the NFL that have far superior athleticism than what he saw at Memphis. I'm not sure if it's just me, but watching film of Henderson, I noticed that he has a very upright running style. I know it seems a bit odd to say that a 5'9" guy runs high, but if you really pay attention to Henderson, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not sure what it is that's causing him to run as high as he does, but for a smaller back, this could be an issue. By running so high, Henderson is exposed to more big hits. If he's taking more big hits, not only do injuries become a concern, but turnovers do as well. Not being available to play and not protecting the ball are 2 easy ways to find your way on the bench very quickly. I think this is a part of Henderson's game that can be tweaked a bit and must get better once he gets to the NFL. Overall, Henderson is a quality back that had some amazing production this past season for Memphis. According to the experts, he should be one of the first backs taken in the 2019 NFL Draft. Personally, I think there are a few other backs that are just as good, if not better, than Henderson. He's a guy that will probably be better suited for a team that runs a lot of gap scheme plays in the run game, as opposed to a team that runs a lot of zone. Henderson has a pretty solid skill set, and in the right situation, he can be a very effective back in the NFL. What's going on, everybody? Hope you enjoyed this video, and down in the comments, let us know what you thought about this video and what 2019 NFL Draft prospect we should look at next. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Thanks, and see you next time. Peace.